Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Season 11 RLSA draft pick. We are here with Adam, Nickel, and Noka will be joining us, and they're going to be helping us make some predictions and also announcing the draft picks. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty
Doing
good.
pretty
How about
well.
you?
I'm doing pretty good. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
Pretty
So
dapper.
this is going to be a pretty good draft pack, considering that a lot of players are in here. We got, I'm pretty sure, 15 or 14 players coming in here. A lot of free agents are probably going to be left over. A lot of drafts are going to be picked. So yeah, it's going to be a good and nice time. Who do you guys think are going to be going number one overall so far?
I think Eleverant, he just hit GC recently. He's like about 1500 MMR. So I think he's definitely going at the very top.
And then I think
Let's hop to the commissioner. I believe he has some news.
The Season 11 RLSA draft is now open. The stars are now on the clock.
You guys hear it? So the stars on the clock now. This is great news. So who do you think the stars are going to pick real quick? Nicole? Noka?
I think the stars are gonna go with Rev because I don't think they have MMR space for Eleverant, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna go with the next best player, which is Rev.
Yeah, I've played with Rev, and he's a really talented player. Noka, you got anything to comment on
that? I know Rev he's a pretty solid player. He's kind of like Adams or something like that. But it's just gonna be a solid pick really overall. So I mean, anyone with a high level player like Frozen Steel on stars, it honestly be a pretty smart pick in my opinion.
Yeah, it will be. If the stars not choose Rev, who do you think will be chosen? Noka and Nickel.
I haven't seen Spider Juan play. I have seen Lemony play. He played his heart out at the combine, so I think I would personally choose Lemony, just knowing how he plays. But
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Well, I heard that the pick is in, so commissioner.
With the first pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, the stars select Rev.
Well, congrats, Rev.
Well,
kind of not a shell shocker right there. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We kind of predicted it pretty well too. So yeah, it fits right in their MMR cap, and yeah, it's a great pick. So what do you think this is gonna be meaning for the future of the stars?
Rev. Sorry, you go.
I honestly think if Rev starts to play really, really well, maybe midway through the season or so, or just right at the start, they might be able to get into the playoffs, but I really think it's going to be a solid season for them. Considering the season 10 was not really a great season for stars at all. They lost almost every one of their games, I think.
Yeah, most indeed. Great future start from, I would assume. Nick, anything add to that?
No, I think it'll be interesting to see how they play out. I think the commissioner did have one more thing to add, though.
Yeah, commissioner.
The Landers are now on the clock.
Okay, great to know.
Right. But yeah, I think for Frozen Steel with Rev, I think they're going to be a really good a really good team. Last season Frozen Steel had a little bit of a more support role as a teammate, but now with Rev, higher MMR, I think they can make something happen.
Yeah, most indeed. So with the Lanners being on the clock right now, they just traded for the third overall pick again, trying to secure their team going on. Who do you think is going to be their second pick?
In my opinion, I really think that Landers Chase as being their general manager. I think the smart decision would be for him to either choose Night Battler, or I honestly think that's a good decision just because he's a really solid player all around, and I think he was playing with him last night, and he made a pretty decent performance with him.
So are you assuming that Eleverant will not be drafted by the Landers?
I'm not too sure, but I guess we'll have to find out and see.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner has the pick in who will be the Landers draft pick.
With the second pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, the Landers select Eleverant.
I mean, not a surprise.
Yeah.
So beautiful, selections. Eleverant going, I'm pretty sure 1,400 MR, but right now 1,500 MR, a high GC. Well done. Nickel Noka, what's the future looking out for the Landers?
The Landers remain on the clock.
Well, I mean, with Eleven on their team, he's been improving pretty much quite a bit in his twos career right now. He was a threes main for a while, so I would imagine he's going to improve pretty quickly. But throughout the season, if he gets a pretty decent teammate, I think it's really going to go well for them. They could be a pretty dangerous team, depending on how well they play. So I think they're definitely going to end up making playoffs, in my opinion.
Most indeed. Nicole, what do you think about the future for the Landers with Eleverant?
I was not surprised at all that they picked Eleverant. He was just a really solid player. He definitely stood out in the combine. So there's no surprise there. But I think depending on their next teammate, whoever the Landers pick up could really determine if they make playoffs or not.
Yeah, most indeed. Now, going on, who do you think is going to be Eleverant's teammate as they have the third pick in the draft?
I could really see it going anyways. I could see Spider Juan just because he's the highest MMR of the players left, but also Lemony. I think he played the best of the combine from the remaining players. But then again, Night Battler he played with last night, and there's some good chemistry there. So honestly, I'm not really too sure who he's gonna pick up.
Yeah, most indeed. Noka, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm not really too sure, like Nickel, but I think Chase is going to make a good decision on it to ensure playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Now, for as of the third pick, there's so many options going around. Who do you guys think would be projected number one pick for the third? That was really confusing. I just realized.
Sorry.
Not like the first person to be picked as the third.
Who would I pick? Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If I was the GM of the Landers, I would probably pick Lemony because Spider Juan he's a wild card. Just not
Mhm.
seeing him play at all. I think Lemony played really well. So I would personally pick Lemony.
Noka, the same with you. Who do you think, as of a GM in that spot, who do you think you would pick?
I honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with Nickel as well. I was watching the combine and helping you guys just hang out and do it, and Lemony was just an absolute like monster on offense. He was literally just he was pretty mechanical in my opinion. He was very quick, and I think he's gonna be a pretty solid pick throughout the season and for whatever team picks him.
Most indeed. We still have not had this pick in so far of the commissioner. So just to call out how the Landers they just finished off with coming out of the semifinals in the playoffs, coming to a loss to the Amigos. It's gonna be a hard time for them to take it. So how do you think this is gonna affect their playoff odds if they pick Lemony and Eleverant?
I think those are two solid players. I think even though they're both rookies, I think they can make a good playoff run. We've seen Eleverant. We've seen him hit some clips. He played really solid, probably the best from the combine. So I think they can make a deep playoff run with Chase as their coach and GM.
Mm-hmm. Now, mind you guys, this is the third pick, which Landers just traded prior to this draft, around 20 minutes before the draft, to the Bobcats for three draft picks in the future and one right now and 25 MR. So they paid a lot for this pick. So we would assume that they would be taking as much time as possible to make the right pick. So we're just waiting for that final pick by the Landers. Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner has some news for the Landers pick.
With the third pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, the Landers select Night Battler.
Oh,
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
I am a little surprised with that, even though he was one of my options. He was ranked number 5 MMR wise.
Wow.
But yeah, a little surprised, but
That's
overall
actually
pretty
kind of
solid.
insane. Beats a lot of odds. I thought Lemony Juices would have had it, don't you think?
Yeah, to be fair though, at the combine, Chase did not see Lemony Juices play, and he was also, or he saw Night Battler play last night, so that might have made a little bit of an impact on him because he Night Battler did play pretty well last night when we were playing, so that probably made a big impact on his decision.
Yes, most indeed. I'm pretty sure the commissioner has some news as of the fourth pick.
The Elite are
pretty
now on the
sure.
clock.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for Elite, who do you guys think they're going to be picking? I know with Malachite and Payne, they have them two on there, so a very solid team already. Wait, did they trade away Payne? No, they did not. Oh, yes, they did.
He a free agent?
I do not know, but Payne was actually picked up as a free agent with where is he? He's no longer on the resources page, but he has been picked up. He's no longer an elite, so this will be Malachite's teammate. So he is also a champion, a Scrub Cup champion. So Scrub Cup champion with another teammate would be very useful, and a high-ranking teammate too. Who do you think they're going to pick out of the leftover draftees?
I think they're just gonna get as high of an MMR player as they can. So I think what they can fit, they can fit pretty much any of these players. I would probably think that he would go Spider Juan or Lemony.
Most indeed. Noka, what are your thoughts about this being a former elite?
Honestly, I think it would be a good decision if they pick Lemny, just because having Malachite on their team with Elite, it would be a pretty decent combination considering the fact that they would both be pretty quick, just on offense. But the only downside is if they did do that, they would have to try and not butt heads because of their type of play styles. So, I mean, that would be the only thing that I would be looking out for. But besides that, I think it would be a fantastic pick for the Elite.
I did get word that Payne was re-signed, by the way. But besides that, the commissioner has news for the season 4th elite draft pick.
With the fourth pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, the Elite select Spider One.
Oh,
Whoa, okay.
wow.
Yeah, that's
Lemony
kind of
Juices.
expected.
It was either the Lemony Juices or them. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty insane. Yeah. So I thought it was gonna be Lemony Juices. To be fair, Lemony Juices being left in the dust.
That was
Spider One. What is this? What is this for the future? Do you think that he might go to minor leagues, or do you think that he's gonna be a starter for the team of elite?
I mean, Spider Juan and Payne, they're pretty close players, right? So I think
Payne is 1100 MMR, and
Okay.
Spider, if I can get his MMR real quick, Spider One is 1200. So a little bit difference, but it's all about consistency. We all know that. So
Right.
yes. No, as a former elite, this opinion really matters to me. What are your thoughts on the future for elite with this pick?
I've never seen Spider One play, but I'm sure they're going to make they've made a good decision on it. So I mean, I just wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, most indeed. Well, I am pretty sure that the commissioner has news for the next person to be on the clock. Oh man, we have just got word in league office, a trade going down.
Yep, we got the trade here. The Bandits have now acquired the 5th overall pick from the Riot, and they are now on the clock.
Oh
Wow.
So the Bandits are now on the clock.
They needed someone, so they really got going. Oh my goodness.
Now Kappa Kale, this is interesting. He has the great Ramboy, who I haven't seen play. I don't think he
He's a
played
good
a single
player.
game last season.
He played one game.
Did he play? Okay.
Played one game,
Uh,
and stats were really bad for him. Because that one game, yeah, he's a great player, but
Yeah,
if he
he's
just
a
is
good
a little bit,
player.
if he plays a little bit more, he would be so much more consistent. So
Yeah,
yeah, he
I
can be a
think
great player.
yeah, I think 100% the Bandits are gonna take Lemony.
Wow. Well,
I
that
would be shocked. I think Lemony played a lot better than to be the 5th pick, but
mhm.
we'll see what happens. I've
Well,
been surprised before.
we know right beforehand needed some Immorta, Fit Cameronis, and Nightwolf together coming off their playoff. So this was to be expected to an extent, knowing that the GM of Riot, Passencio, was looking for a pick. So yes. And the pick is in. So Ashatune, for the 5th pick, who will the Bandits be selecting?
Following the trade, the Bandits have moved up to number 5, and with the 5th pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, the Bandits select Lemony.
Wow, guys, that was honestly to be expected again.
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only real shell shocker was Night Battler. To be fair,
Yeah.
Lemony finally being drafted as 5th overall. To be honest, I had him going 3rd or 2nd. So as this is kind of a shock to me in my draft mock-up. So how do you think this is going to affect the Bandits? Do you think it might take the Great Ramboy's spot as Lemony for Kappa's teammate, Nickel?
Yeah, I think they're gonna kind of play it out. Maybe Kappa will have them do a one-on-one or just play with both of them to see what the chemistry is like. But and also depending on their schedules. But I think Lemony might be able to take the starting position
Mm-hmm.
if
Most
he
indeed, if
proves
he plays
himself.
hard enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Noah, what are your thoughts on the future of the whole entire Bandits organization coming in off of a finals loss?
Honestly, I think Cap is making the right decision with picking Lemony. Just because Lemony, in my opinion, he plays more.
Mm-hmm.
He's really just a better player mechanically, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Ramboy, he's good, but when you compare him to everyone else in the league and how much time he plays the game, it really is not really like the greatest decision to,
Yeah, most
in
indeed.
my opinion, to keep him.
Before that, can we have the commissioner have the mic?
The Defenders are now on the clock.
So the defender's on clock. So we know defenders needing a teammate. I think actually 2. But did they pick up anyone, if I recall correctly, Nickel? Do you know of?
I don't think they have any. Do they still have?
For sure, Emperor Thams
Yeah,
retired.
They have Thams.
Yeah, I love saying Thams.
They have Thams, and then they're probably, if I were to guess, Adams is the next select.
Most indeed,
But-
yeah. And with this shortage, do you think Ulix might come out of retirement? Noka.
That's a good point.
Before you answer that, the defenders have made their pick, going to the commissioner Ashatune.
With the 6th pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, Defenders select Adams.
Well, like you guys said, it was to be expected. Do you think that this will result in Ulix coming out of retirement to help the defenders?
I honestly, he's retired multiple times before, so
Yes.
what do you call it? I think I'm not too sure in my opinion. He might, but he might just leave it. He might play it out a little bit, see what happens. And maybe he might try and come out of it, retirement after a little bit in the season, but I don't really see it happening anytime soon.
Most indeed. Yes. So, Ashatune, the commissioner, who is on the clock currently, or who will be starting on the clock? I'm pretty sure the commissioner is trying to get word of drafts and also transactions being happening, so it's a little chaotic down here.
Yeah, I'm not
The
quite
Bobcats
sure.
are now on the clock.
There we are. The Bobcats are now on the clock. So following the commissioner, his team is on the clock, having Parkey and Ashertune being on the team. Who do you think they're really going to pick being the sixth? So yeah, who do you guys think they're going to be able to pick?
They might take. I would maybe say Wolf, Cernock, or they might even try to get some MMR. They might get one player and then cash in the second for MMR. Just they have two solid players right now with Parkey and Zacho, so they might try to get just another player as the backup and then cash in some MMR.
Now, following the season with the minor league, do you think, Noka, that he is going to pick Cernock or Wolf to put minor league within Zach to make it a minor league team too? Or do you think he's going to pass up and go for 25 MMR?
I'm not really too sure. It is a possibility that he might pick Cernock just because I've played with Cernock multiple times before, and he grinds the game quite a bit. So he will probably improve pretty quickly. It just takes time, but honestly, I think it'd be a smart decision for him to pick up Cernock because he's always playing 1v1s, he's always playing 2v2s. So
Gotcha.
Be a solid player.
So going to the commissioner, the Bobcats for number 6 has been picked in.
With the 7th pick in the Season 11 RLSA draft, the Bobcats select Cernock.
Well, there he goes. Another expected pick. Man, I'm still like trying to like think about like anything else, like probably Rockus out of the league coming in without besides Night Battler. But other than that, I really don't think of anything else. Commissioner would like the mic again. Here you go.
Picks 8 through 10 have been declared as skips, so thus concluding the Season 11 RLSA draft.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's kind of surprising.
All right.
I don't know. At that point, I would think all the scraps have been taken over. They would want some, MMR. Yeah, sure. I'm going to that. Gosh, I couldn't tell like how to transition from freaking telling. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? What? Oh my goodness! Right now, Ashatune is currently talking to us, but is absolutely roasting us. No, I'm just kidding. Commissioner abuse. This is really it. No, but we are most likely about to get the GMs in here. That is the goal. But if it doesn't happen, I'm sorry, but that is right now the goal to get the GMs in here. We have gotten word that Chase or Chorizo will be joining us for it. So season 9, if I recall correctly, champion winner, and it is now the GM and retired for Landers. So trying to make some moves, business moves in the Landers organization. This is honestly kind of normal thing about, Bandits pass up on the 25 MMR to gain some more MMR for their team, even though they don't really need it. Oh, Caleb or Kappa Kale will also be joining us in the caster booth, discussing why they did these picks.
All right, guys. So solid draft, 7 players drafted, thus meaning a lot of them go to free agency. So there's a lot of free agents out there to fill up the minor league slots. What do you think the first free agent gets signed? What do you think it is?
I'm gonna be real with you.
Has to be Wolf, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be Wolf, dude. It's gotta be.
Yeah, 1,000 MMR. He's a solid player.
Yeah, all right. So we have Kappa Kale in here. I'm going to go ahead and ask him the first question here. Kappa Kale, can you unmute there, brother? You with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, you guys, you made a big move. During the draft, you trade up to number 5. Was it because you saw him slip to 5 and you're like, we got to make the move? Was that who you were eyeing, or was it just, you were planning on doing this the whole time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I played against Lemony, I want to say once before, and I liked his play style, so I was like, boy, if he drops down, I'm gonna have to make a move. So it really worked out perfect. Pretty happy with picking up Lemony. So it'll be a good, strong roster going into next season. I love Ramboy too, so we'll have a lot of energy to feed off.
Yeah, and so speaking of rosters, who were you planning on starting? Did you have
Oh, that was my question.
Anything you'd like to share on that between Ramboy and now Lemony?
I just want to see how everybody grows throughout the season, and then we'll go from there. Right now, I don't know.
Right, yeah, that sounds good. I think that was a home run for you guys. You didn't really give up a whole lot to get up there compared to the Landers. They sold the whole farm to get up to picks 2 and 3.
My goodness gracious, I can't believe they actually did that.
Yeah. So thanks for talking with us, Capica. We look forward to you guys this season, and congrats on your pick.
All right, thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Later.
All
right, so the man who sold the farm is here. Chorizo, we got you here. Can you talk? Are you here with us?
I am.
Awesome. So you move up, not just to number 2, but also to number 3. You give up a ton of resources, but were these your 2 guys? Like, did you know these were the 2 guys you were drafting going into the day?
I was hoping. I literally just found out before I made my second pick that Sky left the draft. So I was hoping to get Rev and Leverant as my first 2 picks, and unfortunately I couldn't do that. So I had to go talk to Leverant to see what he wanted to do. So
Gotcha. So overall, I mean, obviously you've got your 2 guys here. You're gone, and so now you've got 2 new guys that you're going to have to coach up. How confident are you in this roster going into the season?
I am very confident because I talked to both of them. I know they're both capable of taking down even the teams that look unstoppable. Like, for instance, the Amigos. They got Nickel and Noka. I mean, come on, that's pretty much 2 GCs going against the entire league. So.
I am not GC.
Oh my goodness.
Tier 3, Div 4. Let's talk about that.
More like
no, he's no Div 4.
Anyway, I have a question for Chase. What was the I'm curious why you picked Night Battler instead of Lemony and Spider Juan.
So about that, Eleven GC, probably the best player in the draft, obviously.
Right.
I mean, he's top tier, and you got Spider One and what's the other guy's name? Lemony. So those 2 players, Spider One, I was talking to Eleven about that pick after he was telling me 2 things about those people. One, Spider One, amazing on offense, but defense, we need a defensive player because 11 is more of that aggressive player. So we said no to him. Then we were also talking about Lemony, great player, good defense and all that. Terrible ping. We can't be having that during the matches.
You guys just based the draft pick off of ping. Okay.
Hey, listen, I've heard he's been having some lagging issues recently, so we said no go on him. And so then then he has not heard about Night Battler, and I was like, all right, bro, I played with this guy before, just recently, and he's more of a defensive player. He's good on offense as well. This is our pick. So
I like that, yeah. So it looks like we thought the Landers weren't going to be good anymore. Well, unfortunate.
Well, let's be honest here, they still aren't, but whatever.
All right. Yeah. All right, so this is awesome though. We got to see 7 guys picked. Obviously, there's 3 skips at the end. You got to take advantage of the MMR when you have that chance. So I think it's gonna just about do it. If you guys don't have any more questions for him.
Yeah, I think that about does it for me.
All right, so shout out to the guys here in the booth who made the draft run smoothly, and then of course thanks to all the GMs for sending me your picks on time. Appreciate that. You'd be very surprised what happens. All right, so that's going to just about do it for the draft. Congrats to everybody drafted. Those who did not get drafted, you guys are free agents, so teams I'm sure are going to be calling. They've got to fill up their minor league spots, so you heard it here first, guys. All right, latest.